Disney has been doing a lot of live-action remakes recently, but they now have one of Lilo and Stitch. A lot of people say it's the best live-action remake, so let's talk about it. Now for starters, I'm just going to say that this is very much a shot-for-shot remake. There's almost nothing changed in this movie that was not in the original film. Just the opening scene alone is basically straight up shot-for-shot remake, but in live action. And normally when they do these live action remakes, most of the time for the shot-for-shot remakes that they do, they don't have the same heart that the original film had. This time around, this movie has that same heart that the original film had. It still has all the elements that made that original film the original film that it is. So this movie is essentially the exact same film. It still has all the heart, it still has everything good about the movie that I liked. In my review, everything I liked is still in this movie. So yet again, Stitch is still the standout. His CGI on him looks great for being in live action. He still has the same charm that Stitch has. He is still Stitch from the original movie. He is still the character of Stitch that you like about the original movie. And again, the theme, the heart of the movie, is again a standout. Without that theme and heart, you won't have this movie. It would not be the same movie without that theme and heart. And it's still in here. The live action remake didn't take that away and lose all the magic that the original film had. It's still in here. And the movie is just fun, with a heartfelt theme. That's how the live action remake didn't mess it up. It's a simple story. You can't really mess that up. Unlike Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast with this very much grounded theme, Lilo and Stitch is a lot more simpler, a lot more fun, thanks to Stitch and these characters. The live-action remake can't mess that up. And it didn't. The movie is longer than the original film, so the scenes that they added were fun. Most of the scenes that they added involved Stitch just doing stuff. And that's why the added scenes work so well. It's not trying to expand on the plot like some other live-action remakes do. It's just Stitch doing stuff. That's fun. You can do a lot of fun stuff with that. And this movie, the scenes that it adds in, very much plays into that element. Now, one of my problems with the original film is the final act. It feels kind of out of place. This movie makes it feel more in place. It doesn't feel all of a sudden we're in this flying ship battle anymore. It fits in more of the story that this live-action remake was going for. But real quick, if you want to help me reach my goal of 1K by the end of the year, consider hitting that subscribe button, and let's continue. The pacing is bad. I don't know what the problem was. It could be the fact that the movie's longer and it didn't really need to be longer. That could be it, but the pacing to me just felt all over the place. The scenes that were the original film are basically the original film. There's nothing changed about it. But everything else, including the final act, the pacing is slow there. It could be because it's all added in stuff, so it didn't really fit well with the original stuff, making it feel longer than it actually needed to be. The CGI aliens, some look great, but someone like Jumpa, he looks a bit off. Especially when he's in the human world. There's something about him that doesn't fully fit. He could look way worse, but he also could look better, because you can obviously tell they're CGI. They're not real. For a live action remake, it would be nice to actually make them look a bit more real. But if you make them too real, that might be a bit freaky. Like I said, the final act fixed my problems because they took a different route with the final act, but also made a new problem in there. Since they took out the villain of that final act from the original film, they have a new villain to replace that villain in this film, and I didn't like the direction that they did with that. That's why it introduces a whole new problem, just because it felt earned more in this live action remake, but as a character, I feel like having them as the villain doesn't really sit right, especially if you look at their overall arc in the original film. It especially doesn't sit right. And like I said, the pacing of the final act is bad. Could be a lot worse though. This movie is very much a forgettable movie, but still serves as a fun time in the theater. So essentially, whatever you think of the original film, you're basically going to think of this film. If you love the original film, think it's the best Disney movie there is, you'll probably like this one. If you like the original film, don't love it, you'll probably think this one's fine. and so on and so forth. So whatever your knowledge is of the original film is going to basically determine how much you like this film. So this live action remake still had everything that worked about the original film, but also introduced some new problems that make this film have more layer than it needs to have. It still has everything about the original film that made it the original film that it is also missing some of that stuff that makes that original film the original film, and has some new problems. Anyways, if you like this video, maybe these ones on the side news you too, like, subscribe, see you guys next time, goodbye.